Hi, what's up guys? So today we're going to be doing all of the underbody aero on the BRZ. So I'm going to walk you guys through a couple of the pieces that we're actually going to be putting on, and it's all through a couple different companies. So it's just going to be a video of every single step, just so we have basically a complete flat bottom on the car. So a long time ago I wanted to order all of these parts that I finally did. And I finally bit the bullet. Since that, I'm kind of like refreshing everything underneath with like the rear subframe and all that. So now I want to do all the underbody stuff also, and that way everything underneath will be complete, and I don't need to do anything else afterwards. But last video we just finished up we did all the subframe stuff, and I just did an alignment on it last night. So now that's all good to go. It's all nice and straight and driving. So now, since I don't need to get onto an alignment rack, I could put all the underbody stuff on. I wanted to do it when we still had this on the lift earlier, but with how low it is, I actually rubbed this plastic under tray, which actually we're going to be taking off, but I rubbed this. I kind of like rubbed, like, actually right here you can see, it's all shiny. I rubbed the pinch welds, and so if I had all the underbody stuff on, it definitely would have damaged it or potentially ripped it off, and I wouldn't want to do that to all my brand new stuff. So we're here today, we're gonna do it. Matt's gonna help me hold everything up, but there's a couple preparation things we got to do first, like drill some holes and put some Rivnuts in a couple areas. So let me show you guys all the stuff that I got. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna prep, basically, pretty much prep the car for, is the Verus Engineering Trans tunnel plates. And the reason why I say that we got to prep for it is that it comes with some Rivnuts in the kit, and there's a couple holes. I gotta look exactly which ones they were again. But there's a couple holes, like I gotta take this off, and I think it's just these two, which are clips. And then I believe it's the ones that are matched on the opposite side, but I can't really remember, which is why I'm gonna look it up. But we gotta drill them out just a little bit and then install the Rivnuts. So we gotta do that right now before I put anything on. And then before we actually put those tranny tunnel covers on, I have the JDM, Subaru, and the Toyota under trays that go all the way to the pinch welds and over, and then same with this side. So like these early model US ones, they didn't come with one on this side, and they just have a small little fuel line and brake line undershield on this side. But so I bought the bigger ones that go all the way forward. They like match up with the this like transmission under panel. Then they go all the way forward. So we'll install those before we do the Verus ones, and then we'll throw the Verus plate over it. It comes with spacers and stuff too, because to clear different exhausts. And this is all custom, so hopefully it fits, because this is still technically a Greddy exhaust in the back, so hopefully it doesn't hit the resonator. Or just hopefully it has enough spacers to space it out a little bit. And then with the Subaru panels, it actually comes with the gas tank undershields as well, so it'll make all of this flat as well. And then we have all the DrivewayLabs stuff. So like, I forget what video it was, but actually it was when we were doing the subframe, when I took the old diffuser off. I felt like it was time to finally retire this one, because I've bent all the strakes and stuff like 100 times, and it's seen better days. And I talked to the dude Carl over there at DrivewayLabs that I've known for like almost 6 years now, and he hooked me up with his version 3 splitter, which is a little bit like longer, I guess I can say. The strike's a little bit different, and it has this raised section, which, there you go, you can see it on camera. Once we go to install it, I'll talk more about that. And then a long time ago I actually had his side splitters as well, but I ended up getting rid of them. But he hooked me up with another set of his version 2 side splitters, so we'll get to put these on as well. And then obviously just the front splitter that I took off just the other day to do the alignment, just to make sure I could get onto the alignment rack. So we gotta throw the splitter back on. And then that's it, that's all the stuff. So I'm gonna go and figure out what drill bit size I need to start drilling these holes, take this shield off, and then I'll let you guys, after I drill the holes, I'll let you guys know what size drill bit and everything that you need. Alright, so I just looked it up, and it is this hole. It's basically the clips, it's the holes that you take the clips out of. So not obviously on the passenger side, but on the driver's side, there's a clip right here and then a clip right here. So you just enlarge those two holes and then the ones on the same exact ones on the passenger side. So you use a 3/8 drill bit. You just drill them out, and now I gotta go grab their rivet tool kit that they supply, and you just gotta put the rivets in, and then we're ready to start installing. So after that, we'll start putting the Subaru panels on. Alright, so I figured I'd show you guys this. The holes are drilled. I have 3 out of the 4 Rivnuts in, and on the first one I messed up a little bit. You can see it's maybe you can't see, but it's hanging out of the body a little bit. And these ones that I did ended up becoming flush. But the installation instructions aren't really that helpful, and their YouTube video of it doesn't really show anything either. But it doesn't show how they're using their little Rivnut tool that they give you. So this one's kind of like splined. It's not going to focus, but it's splined on one side and it's smooth on the other. So you want the smooth side to be where the hex head is, and then on the opposite side is where you want the rivet to be. The Rivnut, I mean. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a little, like, it has like teeth on the Rivnut tool itself. So what you do is, traditional Rivnuts that I usually use have like a washer ridge on it, so you stick it all the way up into the body until like the washer stops it. But these don't really have that. Like, this thing will kind of almost fall all the way through. So you have to stick it in all the way, so then the Rivnut tool is actually bottoming out on the body itself, and then you tighten it in the rest of the way until finally you just feel it get like pretty tight, and then it'll look like that afterwards. So it'll be pretty much flush with the body. Like, that one's almost flush with the body, then this one is out just a little bit. But so I'm just gonna go do this last one, and then we can start putting the panels on. Alright, so now we're gonna get to installing all these, the JDM and the newer BRZ 86 undershields. So these I just got from Subaru, and then you can actually just go and buy all the different hardware stuff that you need. So I gotta figure out which one is which. It's labeled on the underside, and I just gotta see, hopefully I can get it around these, because I think they bolt right here, but I don't know if they bolt on the top or the bottom. Hopefully they bolt on the top, because then I'll be able to get them. But I put these spacers in so that I could get it, because it kind of tucks up into here too. So I needed this space because this was going to be too close to the body. So I'm going to just go and, you know, I'll probably throw the GoPro on my head and we'll start installing those. Alright, so I just got all 4 of the OEM Subaru shields on. I had to drop the cameras for a little bit because I was having trouble with finding a good spot to try and get the shield up without interfering with the lift arm. I had the lift arm up against the frame, and that obviously didn't work because this was a lot larger than I thought it was. Same with this side, I had to put it on the pinch weld. This side, what I had to actually do is drop the car down and use the radiator support with some jack stands, so I was able to kick this lift arm back out, and then I was able to, on the ground, just bolt this one on by 3 bolts, and then put the lift arm back up. So that was a little bit of a pain, but I got it. And also, one other thing I didn't know I needed to do was that there's a bunch of clips right here that go along the outside of this. Maybe you can see it better with the light on this side. Yeah, right here. There's clips that go down the side. that I didn't even know existed. There was like these types of like plugs. So I had to like drop down each side and like fish those little plugs out. Same with like a couple of these. There was like plugs. So Subaru kind of like hid them all from the factory. I had to like just put them up and see which ones I needed to actually take out and which ones I needed to leave. But the gas tank ones are now on. I guess I'll say passenger compartment area, those are on. So now we can go and install the Verus tranny tunnel ones, and then we'll hop on to the rear diffuser. Alright, so I didn't film any of the process of putting these on, but I just finished installing the Verus Trans tunnel plates. I had to modify it because my exhaust sat a little lower than what all the spacers would give, and plus they give you a ton of spacers with this kit to like try and get them to distance off, but I didn't want to make a giant gap under here just to make it like hang so much lower, so I tried to only leave it like an inch gap, and then it actually tapers up to here to almost flush with the underbody panels. So I just cut this little area out. It's not really going to make a big difference, and plus now it just sits flush up in there. And like I said, I didn't need to use as long of spacers, but it just clears up front. It clears now in the back. So it's just a long process of just holding it up, putting one in, like testing to see how many spacers you need on either side, and then I just worked my way back. So it was long. This has been about like 30 minutes or so of me just trying different spacers and putting it on, and I found the right amount of what I needed. So now that's all set. So now I'm gonna go move backwards, and I'm gonna go start the new rear diffuser. Alright, and just like that, the version 3 DrivewayLabs diffuser is now installed. So normally for these diffusers, they are basically 100% OEM bolt-in. The reason why they're actually called DrivewayLabs is because, one, the dude, Carl, who started DrivewayLabs, actually designed his first V1, which is over there. His version of his first V1 that went on his car, he actually designed in his garage, like in his driveway. So that's how he got DrivewayLabs. Also, these things are super simple that you're able to install them literally on the ground. I went to 86 Fest or something down in Virginia, and I met up with him down there. I was at his booth. This is going back like 5 years now, and he actually sold a ton of the V1 and the V2s. And at the show, he would literally just walk around, like whoever bought it, he would go with them over to their car and just crawl underneath the car and install it with just simple hand tools. Literally, it's just as easy as just the, it basically sandwiches in between the sway bar bushing. So it's just a 12mm that you just use for right there. And then these are just long self-tapper screws, if I remember right, just for these two holes, which you can't see. those two holes just screw right into the bumper, which I don't use anymore because I have it chassis mounted. And then these big holes right here on the stock bumper, I have a Verus bumper. The stock bumper, he supplies just some OEM push clips and it clips right in. And then it's literally as simple as that to install. So on his website, which I'll put a link in the description below, he has a list of exhausts that fit with his diffusers. This Greddy 3-inch pipe apparently is not one because I had to modify the V1 splitter diffuser, and actually I was able to trim this one less this time. That one I kind of just cut a big chunk out of and then put it up. This one I actually took my time and I had to just cut it twice, and I was able to get it to clear. So just very minimum taken out of here, because usually the stock one and like dual exhausts will come up the center right here, which is why he has this cut out, but mine's off to the side. And plus, if this was a 2.5 inch, it would fit a little bit better, but it being a 3-inch, it doesn't really. I had to modify it, which I'm totally fine with having to modify it. But it looks good. It actually sticks out a little bit farther than the V1 did, and I really like this raised portion in the center. And I thought my one worry was that it was going to hit the Verus diffuser, but it actually fits, and it actually doesn't even touch. So now the diffuser is 100% on. Now I'm just going to throw the front splitter back on, and then probably when it's on the ground, I'm going to have to do the side splitters because the lift arms might get in the way. I'm gonna have to try and figure that out. I can't use over here as a lift point anymore because now I have this on there. So, and the splitter goes right where the, basically where the pinch weld is, and the lift is in the way right now. So I'm probably gonna have to put it down on the ground, put it on some jack stands, and just do one side at a time. But now I'm just gonna get the support rods ready, and then Matt and I are gonna put the front splitter back on. Which the only reason why I took it off was to get onto the alignment rack. Hold on to it for a second. These are the ones I need. Alright, I just got it. Alright, you let go.
Is that all you have? Oh no, you have some on the sides. I don't even see it coming through yet. There you go.
Okay. The side ones I can just get. Because I need to stick my hand in here. Yeah, it's even on both sides. But I made it like the holes for the back ones a little bit like kind of like slotted. So I'm able to like pull it back and forth just a little bit.
Oh damn, that suctioned up.
There we go.
What about the two back ones?
Oh yeah. No, I did those first. Those are tight. Alright, so Matt and I just got the front splitter back on. You guys just saw on the GoPro how that's bolted in. And now that's on, so now literally all that's left are just the side splitters, which I'll need to drop the car on the ground and awkwardly lay on the ground and put those on. But that's it. Other than that, the diffuser's on. It's looking good. All the underneath stuff is on. Now we just got to do those side splitters, and we're all done. Okay, so Matt and I just got the side splitters on. I didn't bother trying to film that because it's not on the lift, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to get on. So I'm gonna show you guys. Basically, he just supplies like some pretty long self-tappers, and it goes right in. He has holes drilled for it, but I've had his splitters before, and I just tried to use them, and since I already had pre-existing holes, it didn't really want to stay, so I just made some new holes. But for you guys, if you guys have never had splitters before on the sides, you could just use his existing holes, and then that'll be all set. So this one's on now, and now same with this one. This one's on. I like them because they add a little bit of, you know, they add length, and then they have the little winglet at the end. So now I just gotta get that side off. We'll do a quick walk around, then we'll be all set. All right, so here we go. It is on the ground. BRZ finally has its full aero package now. It's got the front splitter that I built. It's got the DrivewayLabs side splitters, DrivewayLabs version 3 rear diffuser, the Battle Arrow wing. Really like the diffuser. I like that it hangs out a little bit farther. It has all the Subaru underbody stuff. Now it has the Verus Engineering Trans tunnel. This thing is literally as aggressive as an aerodynamic package as I could possibly get, besides going with a bigger wing or a bigger front splitter or anything like that. So this is literally perfect. It is exactly how I would want it. And now I just got to go out on track. All right, so that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you later. See ya.